man, what is a Saudi Arabian league cooking? And I can tell ya, it's definitely not the tasty-looking chicken kabsa. No, what the Saudi Arabian league is cooking sounds like this. Which is why today we are going to look at reasons why players like Kante, Benzema, and Koulibaly all decided to fly out Saudi side, following Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, so basically, y'all remember when Ronaldo gave an uncensored interview on Piers Morgan? Well, who am I kidding? It wasn't really an interview so much as it was an absolute trashing of the club. Bro went off. He spoke on the players' mentality, spoke about the Glazers, as well as zero evidence on new developments made at the club since he left back in 2009, and he even basically told Ten Hag to go himself. Hell, even Ralph Rangnick and Wayne Rooney caught strays. But hey man, Ronaldo was treated like... So I guess why not ditch that old club anyways, right? And the crazy thing is, Andali Elanga's crazy workout routines and Erik ten Hag's petroleum jelly-filled head weren't the only things Ronaldo was leaving behind. Apart from his $5 million mansion in Cheshire, bro also left behind his $23 million salary and traded it for a whopping $200 million salary when he joined Al Nassr back in January. And if you think the Saudis are cooking with Ronaldo in their bag already, wait till you hear this guy's numbers. But hey, I get it man. These are all top players. And good things don't come cheap. Just ask Karim Benzema, who also took off to Saudi too. Benzema will now play his games at the wonderful King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. I'm sure my boy will definitely enjoy that atmosphere too. You see, the reason why the Saudis are after the biggest names in Europe is because of their new initiative, Vision 2030. And now I know that sounds like dystopian science fiction shit, and in truth it just might be. Well, before I explain everything to your delicate brain, let me just educate you real quick on what I'd like to call economic transformation, which is something Mr. Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud has been overlooking since 2016. Now, you may know him as the rich Saudi playboy that lives life like his Michael from GTA. You know, cause he's got expensive whips, a $500 million yacht, a $450 million Da Vinci painting, and a $50 million toilet that wipes her for ya. Wow. I may have actually just made up that last part, but anyways. Vision 2030 is the aim of the Saudi Arabian economy to diversify its economic resources away from the sole dependence on oil. And that's where Cristiano Ronaldo comes in. I mean, who can deny it? Cristiano Ronaldo is the most influential man on the planet right now. So it wasn't a surprise to hear Benzema and other football icons are coming true. Hell, Ronaldo's pull is so powerful that even managers have decided to take their to Saudi too. Steven Gerrard and Nuno Espirito Santo are the latest to manage Saudi clubs Al Ittihad and Al Ettifaq. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to just how influential Cristiano Ronaldo is. You see, when Ronaldo moved to Riyadh to play for Al Nassr, I won't lie to you, my heart was devastated as I kept thinking to myself, will I ever see him play ever again? And so I cried myself to sleep for like a week, reading and listening to Mother Goose nursery rhymes. But what happened next as I laid there will forever stay in my heart. I kid you not. Mother Goose looked at me and asked, "What troubles such a handsome boy like you?" And I replied, "Well, Mother, it's just that I'm not sure I'll have the pleasure of watching Cristiano Ronaldo play football on television again." Why, oh why? And what she said after left me in absolute shock. Wipe your tears, child, and turn on your television monitor. It is then you will see what your heart truly desires, she said, which I did, of course. At first, it was weird since I saw a few Asakira videos pop up on my channels. And after a good 2 minutes, suddenly, Sky Sports, ESPN, Sport Italia, Sport TV, L'Equipe, SSC, and Shahid were all streaming services I could access. And all of them have live coverage of Al Nassr fixtures. Oh, thank you, Mother Goose. What can I ever do to repay this kindness? Her voice whispered in the distance and said, "Tell your viewers to subscribe, 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 subscribe." Just click it, man, it's right there. But anyways, I actually linked up with a Saudi prince recently, and he told me all about the Saudi Public Investment Fund. So it all starts with a hefty sum of $20 billion. This is the estimated amount of money that'll be put into securing more and more competitive players to join the league in the next 2 years. What? 20 billion in 2 years? Man, that's crazy. And in this window alone too, the Saudi League is aiming on signing 50 players out of contract, across Europe's top 5 leagues. I mean, if you think about it, this takes me back to when the Chinese Super League used to do the same thing. But damn, the Saudis are built different for real. Not only did they practically replicate the same notion, but they've been very smart about it. See, unlike Saudi Arabia, China fell short because of one thing, and that was money? Damn right ironic, ain't it? No, but seriously. You see, back in 2018, China introduced a new tax law that prevented clubs from spending large fees on foreign players. You see, the law stated that if clubs spent more than $7 million on a foreign incoming player, then the same amount would have to be made to the CFA. Damn, man, what a strict rule. You ain't gonna buy quality for $7 million, that's for sure. I wonder if anyone's ever said that before. But hey, since China did that, the appeal of the league took a mad decrease in popularity. And this led to financial difficulties as clubs struggled to pay players' wages. Not to mention, difficulties with financial backing from club owners emerged as another major issue. But that won't be a problem for the Saudis. Thing is, man, the ownership is somewhat of a conglomerate. What that means is the government's PIF owns 4 of the most popular and richest Saudi clubs, including Newcastle. Al Nasser, Al Hilal, Al Ittihad, and Al Ahli are all public-owned clubs. At the moment, the Saudis are aiming on increasing the brand image of each acquisition before selling them off to private investors. And perhaps the smartest thing is, they also intend on repeating the process over and over again with the next 4 clubs, to the point where clubs will no longer be reliant on government funding. Wow, this is just pure genius, man. And yeah, I'm all for the Saudi Arabian League for show. I mean, their long-term plans are mad solid if you ask me. You see, these dons are fully aware that they don't stand a chance of offering football players what they truly dream of, which is European football, like the Champions League or the Europa League. So they plan on luring players in with In fact, here are the most paid players in the Saudi League. So we have Ever Banega, who plays for Al-Shabaab, and this guy earns 176,000 a week. And after him, you got my man Ruben Neves, who went from 50k to 300 grand. Following Neves is Kalidou Koulibaly. After one season with Frank Lampard, this guy decided to dip out of Chelsea and head to Al Hilal, where my man will earn a mad amount of 500k a week. Of course, my guy is up there with the richest G's living it out in Saudi. The nicest man on the planet is currently set to earn 1.7 million a week. Damn, you know what that means. It means my boy N'Golo will receive a full 86.2 million pounds a year. And of course, my boy Benz is in this too. Second highest earner is Karim Benzema, with a whopping 3.58 million a week. Damn, this guy is really out here collecting 172 million pounds a year. But if you want to know who collects more than him, then look no further than the man himself. CR7 with an insane 4 million a week, making his income a total of 173 million pounds a year. Oh, and if you think that's crazy, then be prepared to hear what Messi would have earned if he decided to sign for Al Hilal instead of Inter Miami. Don Fabrizio Romano confirmed on Twitter that Messi would have earned more than 400 million a year. Over 3 years of playing in Saudi, Leo would have made $1 billion. Sheesh, okay. But we really need to address the elephant in the room here. I, for one, know how rich the Saudis really are. But I can't help but to think, is all of this too good to be true? And the man to help my case is none other than this guy. This is Lewis Graben. Some time ago, he left Nottingham Forest for Saudi club Al Ahli back in August. It was all sunshine and rainbows once he left and signed for the club. But hey, we all know the sun in the Middle East shines way too much, and that was the case for Lewis Graben. As per words from The Athletic, they confirmed that there were more than 50 labor disputes involving Saudi clubs. And Lewis Graben's case was just another on the list. You see, Graben's contract was terminated just 3 months after Bro made his debut. So, picture this. Bro wakes up in the morning and checks his balance, only to find out he wasn't compensated for practically running up and down a football field for 3 months. And if you ask me, that's a pretty shitty situation, man. But hey, what's even worse is that when my man Lewis Graben asked about his outstanding amount of $400,000, the club just straight up released him, man. But in the end, he had the last laugh, cause the club was ordered to pay $500,000 in unpaid wages as well as $700,000 for breaching the contract. Basically, I want to conclude by saying that the moral of the story is, yes, the Saudi League is the next big thing. These dons are cooking up some serious For real! But we just need to ask ourselves if this is indeed truly authentic when it comes to footballers with the likes of Lewis Graben. Cause what happened to him was pretty if you ask me. But don't ask me if I'm honest, cause I can't lie. I'm all for the Saudi Professional League, and I'm glad to know that I'm not the only person who thinks the league will develop in the next 5 years. Hell, even Ronaldo agrees with me.
And in my opinion, if they continue to do the work that they want to do it for the next 5 years, I think the Saudi League can be in the 5th in the world.
But enough about him. I wanna know what y'all think. Let me know right now in the comment section. Be sure to let me know what team you're supporting, cause like I said before, the Saudis are cooking some serious for real. Watch this video here next.